So here we are, ladies and gentlemen, to the AP remake of TongFu.WZ versus Hypergloric Team, Game 2 of this 2-game series. So last game for our broadcast here today, and pumped for it. I mean, we're going to see some newer faces in 6.84 and some really fun ones. I think Sand King, I mean, we haven't seen him since his buff, but it is a nice nudge in the right direction of making him that little bit more powerful while still actually making his passive more useful early on. So I like that idea. We're going to wait out 30 seconds here on the clock before we actually load into the game, but all the picks are as you can see. So DDR is going to be running on the Witch Doctor, Yseek on the Lina mid, Clockwork's going to be played by Bingo in the offlane, Sand King will be played by Sayaka, and Shinkyu on his Ember Spirit, leaving ZSMJ Phantom Lancer, Pretty Ha Rubik, XCT or Westbrook on the Centaur, Air on the Queen of Pain, and Kaka on the Crystal Maiden. So again, jungle, Radiant Jungle activity coming in from Rylai most likely, and Dire Jungle stacks coming in for the Sand King, so we can start farming that around level 3. So let's look at the starting items here. We're going to just kind of get into it. Only one Tango pooled right now for the Lina. We'll see if she gets the bounty rune to make that a 5th. Oh, she's just going to get a delayed one from DDR as he's slowpoke here. They had a while to sit, and he didn't get the courier, didn't get the sentries until just this moment. But the sentries are pretty important. Sentry rewards for Sand King's jungle will allow him to get that farm that he needs. He's going to be able to build himself up a lot faster in this jungle if he is able to unlock those camps, but because he wants to go for the Boots Tango Clarity Opener, the other support has to be the one to buy them. So we'll see maybe a clash coming through. Sayaka will scout things out, both sides aware of their opponents, but maybe not how many are actually hiding in the shadows here. So it's going to be really difficult for Westbrook to get in a valuable position, but this Crystal Nova slow does last for 4.5 seconds now, if only at 20% movement speed.
30 seconds to battle.
So assuming there's no clash here, I'll talk a little bit more about Sand King, since he actually is one of my favorite heroes, always has been. But I feel that he did get some decent buffs here. The two buffs that he got were the fact that Caustic Finale actually does something, even if it doesn't last hit a creep. So you can actually get a thing where 6 seconds later it explodes and you get a nice little slow, nice little nuke. Well, actually looking for the clash here. They're kind of warding them off. Level 1 Bro Strike ready to go. But looks like they're just going to guarantee the runes. Yseek getting his bounty, and actually Bingo finding it over ZSMJ here on the bottom. So getting some good harassment damage in. Battery Assault doing some work, and he gets the bounty this time. I think I've seen this exact same scenario before with Clockwork versus PL, but the last time the PL did get the bounty rune. Even though, and in this case, it really does hurt because he took so much harassment from the Clockwork. Bingo now is able to move in towards his next item that much more quickly, and the Phantom Lancer is going to be lacking regen in this lane, so kind of frustrating for him. But I like this aggressive stance coming in from HGT. They say we have the more active supports level 1, and that's going to be allowing us to be really involved in this top lane. Nice sentry ward coming out from the Dire side, though, making sure they can't go for that pull. And we're actually going to see a simultaneous stun onto 2 heroes here, but the one that goes down is the Witch Doctor. So just going to be able to lock him in place. Frostbite, First Blood, and Crystal Maiden gets it. So she's going to have good mana flow pretty early on here. Don't know what this little orb is, but I'm sure it's a cosmetic thing. Anyways. So yeah, Sayaka's going to have a hard time getting involved here, and he's also, while being forced to contribute to this lane, is unable to actually stack. You see him drawing on the map, he's like, I want this stacked, but how do you actually make that happen if you're constantly babysitting the top lane? And they even have a lane ward here to make sure there's no TPs in, and just to know in general when they're safe to dive. Bingo's going to take some harassment though. Now Phantom Lancer's out of mana, and Bingo with a couple more tangos, as well as some regen coming in, is actually going to be in a really good spot in this lane. Phantom Lancer cannot harass him any further, and he's going to need a lot more than just some Magic Wand charges to put himself back in a commanding position here. He's already losing on last hits, but that's going to double pretty soon. Bingo's going to have a free lane if PL doesn't get some regen out quick, and 4 tangos is going to be his current band-aid fix for the situation. Anyways, so we do see the pickup here. I think the Crystal Maiden might have been farming that. Yeah, I think she frostbite an ogre, and then the Witch Doctor went to steal that last hit. Anyways, as I was saying, the 2 buffs for Sand King in this patch. Caustic Finale does something after 6 seconds. It's a damage, it's a slow. It's not much, but it's something. It's worth putting 1 point in and then right-clicking people before you Sandstorm with your initiation. And along with that, the Mud Golem change actually helps him out quite a bit. We see the Doom 2v1 gank, though. Lina caught in a bad position. The Shadow Strike Blink sets up the hasted Crystal Maiden to make her rotation, and Dire don't have any vision for the top rune spawn, so that hurts them. But yeah, the Mud Golems actually taking magical damage means, although it will take a while, Sandstorm will still bring them down, and that might mean that Mud Golems are not as problematic of a spawn for the Sand King. We'll have to check on timing, whether or not he actually sits. I think it means level 3 Sandstorm is more powerful too, but we'll see. Shinkyu, in retreat here, gets the salve, gets the restoration. And down bottom, Bingo pushing all the way to the tower. Will take one last lance, but yeah, ZSMJ is completely out, unless he goes back and uses his clarity. He has Arcane Aura, so that helps, but he needs a lot more to really give himself the good lane. Like, look at this last hit disadvantage. 4-1 versus 14-5. Bingo is just, by bringing in the Mango, the Sav, and the extra Tangos, he's in a commanding position bottom lane. ZSMJ just didn't commit enough regen, and he's not making the better trades. He does go for a Phantom Rush play. He does have some good right-click damage, though at a kind of chaotic range. We're going to see a nice double stun coming in from Sayaka. Really good Burrow Strike. Pretty All will be going down. And Westbrook in some trouble. Will get the triple stun, but whether he gets out, I'm not so sure. The immolation effect, but they have no more follow-through. So Kaka will ward him off. And Center will limp back home, it looks like. He's got the Tranquil Boots. Never mind, he'll stick to the lane. So nighttime, gonna be the double damage rune spawn for Sayaka. Not the rune you want, but one maybe you can give to the Lina. Is Lina actually unable to afford a bottle, or am I missing something? The bottle is literally just being purchased by YSeek while the Ember Spirit dies up on the top lane. So, up top, they do go for the Frostbite play, the Telekinesis lift, and they catch out Ember Spirit, just chain stunning him. One stun leads to 3, and he's just a little out of position. Speaking of, we're going to see YSeek caught out by the Shadow Strike. They will make it a return kill, though, as the Sand King TP's in. So, unfortunate that Lina falls once again, but obviously good that the Sand King gets something out of it. He's actually like 4.5 now off of that kill. A lot of experience going his way. As you can see, 524 experience. That's a full level and then some. So Lina, really hard time for her. She's died twice now. She's only gotten 13 last hits. The end result is her bottle is only been recently picked up. A little bit of lag. Not sure if it's me or the server. Looks like it's gonna be, I don't know. The players aren't pausing, so I assume it's on my end or on Perfect World's end connecting to me. Yeah, we need to reconnect. Shoot, we're missing so much. Clockwork dies bottom, Ember Spirit dies top, and I'm gonna try to reconnect to the Dodo TV. Sometimes you see those hiccups, and it's actually game lag in general. The players have the problem too, but in this case, it's how Perfect World connects to America. And it's causing problems for me casting, even though I'm in the broadcaster slot. So quick reconnect. You can give a teammate a single ward by holding control. I don't know why you would, since you can buy wards individually now. Nah, that's not true. Sometimes the support needs the offlaner needs a certain starting items, and you want to still give him the ward. But I guess you could just drag and drop now. Anyways, looking at just net worth to try to get a kind of recap on everything that's been happening. There's been kills back and forth. It's been 10 kills in 6 minutes, and unfortunately Dota TV makes me miss a lot of them. But what we're seeing here is currently 4 kills for the Crystal Maiden, 1 assist for her. She's been very active. This is not your passive jungle Maiden. This is getting involved, getting kills, and still going for a 1-1-3 build, which is good for the team as a whole. So 4-0-1 for her, 2-1-2 for the Queen of Pain. Really just riding on this Lina. She's died 3 times. There's been 2 deaths on the Ember Spirit, as we did have a death on him before the disconnect, and then maybe another. He'll try to slide a fist to dodge the stun. He will succeed, and they'll go for the cask under the tower. Maybe too overzealous, though. Westbrook has magic stick charges. He survives, and now they're under tower, taking hits from that tower, and have to be very careful as Queen of Pain rotates in. Looks for the blink forward, has the regen route too. Wow, she's just getting so much value this game. And it looks like they should be able to pick up 1 kill. The easy one going to be the Witch Doctor here. Has the cask. Now might have a bounce, but even with a bounce, it looks like he's dead to rights. DDR going to be falling, but there is a hook shot on the backside, killing off the Centaur Warrunner. So really good play there, and they even give the Earn Shadow charge over. So they're actually turning this back around, killing off 2 heroes. And now the Queen of Pain finishing off the Ember Spirit on the northern end. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Now, Air kind of caught out. They break down the trees. They're going to blade him, and with no blink, Or am I going to kill off the Queen of Pain?
That was hot.
That was hot. So, evening the kill score a little bit here. 6-9. We'll look at a very limited fight recap. But sorry if I'm missing anything, guys. It's been a little disorienting, is I guess the right word, to say that I've missed all the stuff that happened prior to 6 minutes. I had either lag or just reconnects, and that doesn't bode well. But anyways, now we're back in it. We saw a good rotation from Bingo, good play there. He was dominating bottom lane, now he's starting to get involved elsewhere. He's actually got himself 3-1 now in this position. Really good for him. So we'll see what he rushes out. It looks like it's going to be Blade Mail. Really good item to pick up quick, and against the Queen of Pain in particular. Not bad against the Crystal Maiden, actually. The Freezing Field is something you can't really control. So if you just walk around in Freezing Field and take those Blade Mail shots, she might die first. You just have that health to work with. Shinkyu, though. Getting caught out by Invis. Don't even need Air's participation. Just, these runes are OP, and if you look at it, Dire don't have any control of the runes. They don't have top rune under vision, they don't have bottom rune under vision. So anytime, like a double damage, a haste, or an Invis comes out, there's much more kill opportunity just because TongFu.WZ don't know. And that's a support problem, really. The wards are not being put down in the right spots. They're not getting control of that space. And they're going to try to make a gank down bottom, but ZSMJ with a doppelganger will still get stunned. Now the Light Strike Ray and the Laguna Blade, he'll go down. Good combo. But in the meantime, the mid will be pushed down. And that's going to be more gold across the board for HGT. Ember Spirit, 4 deaths on this guy. Doesn't have anything but the brown boots. This is unfortunate. He might die again. Stampeding forward is how they'd get that kill, but it looks like he'll be okay for the moment. He sees the Queen of Pain. He knows how dangerous they can be. Looking up stacks real quick, that is going to be a double stack on the hard camp, and we're actually just going to see maybe a dive. Nice ward. Aggressive position, 4-man top. There's got to be a dive. Yeah, they've got so much committed here. The Stampede's ready to go. Nova's to start. Telekinesis back, and he's dead. They don't even Stampede. I mean, that's how bad it's gotten. They TP up, but way too delayed up on the top lane. And down bottom, it's going to be Lina just barely TPing out from the Phantom Lancer as he connects with that Spirit Lance. So just looking at overall item progression, we do see Phase Boots soon on the Lina. Queen of Pain looking for an Orchid early, it looks like. And otherwise, just kind of basic things. Earner Shadows on both sides is probably the most noteworthy thing here. 4,200 net worth favors HGT, 2,000 experience. And a little bit of a clash again. Shinkyu without an ultimate, still getting aggressive. 1 stun, again, will chain up to many if he's not careful. But he does set up Sayaka for a nice Burrow Strike, which is now stolen. We're going to see the Stampede come through. Bingo, connecting with the hookshot, and everybody else disengaging. It's going to be big commitment to the top lane that ends up just being the kill on the Centaur while ZSMJ pushes the tier 1 bot. Free Glyph will be used, but he still gets the tower. So the big deal here is, I would say, how fast Pretty Haw has built up to level 6, and now that he has the level 3 Burrow Strike, he's in a very aggressive position this game. So we'll see the Burrow Strike connect on Ember Spirit, the attempt at least, lift, gonna start, now the Burrow Strike with the Scream, Sonic Wave onto 2, and that is gonna be him going down. I think the Sonic Wave might have whiffed on the Ember, but it doesn't matter, they both fall.
Darken my eyes.
And Mimo down bottom, ZSMJ. This is just what we saw in Game 1. They create space across the map, put out so much kill presence that TongFu.WZ want to respawn, want to defend their carry on the safe lane, but the end result is ZSMJ just pulling ahead so much further. They are going to look for the hook shot, but 10 seconds on cooldown. It's just going to be a Laguna Blade kill versus a Spirit Lance kill. Almost gets her, too. Lyseek almost falls, but Magic Wand Bottle keeps her up, and the Phantom Lancer will be the one to go down. So at least a good kill on ZSMJ, punishing his push on the bottom as he brings down over 600 HP of the tier 2. So continuous tower pressure, continues to mount this net worth advantage, and the Ember Spirit is in such a sore spot. He'll get level 6 at least, so I mean that's something. But it's not what you want to be saying here 12 minutes into the game when you've got a level 6 Rubik that's been fighting you for the past 2 minutes. Your enemy nemesis ZSMJ is level 9 on the Phantom Lancer, and even the Queen of Pain jumping around at nearly level 10. Like, the fact that Ember Spirit only picks up his ultimate now, although it's going to put him back in the game to an extent, it's still quite sad. And the Orchid will come out soon enough. I mean, we've got Oblivion Staff on the Queen of Pain, so he's going to have issues even when he has that ultimate ready to go because of the silence. ZSMJ, though, should be pretty easy pickings here as they have a 4-man flank against him. Radiant Vision. Don't see anything past this range creep, and they will just go run on in. CSMJ, and the best Doppel walk in the world, shouldn't get you out of this, but he'll certainly try. The Stampede, Doppel away. Gonna see a jump, and it actually gets him away. Are you kidding me? It's a hook shot. Not gonna connect. And a pause as everybody's lagging this time, not just me. Wow. I guess the best Doppelwalk and Stampede of the world would do it. I really didn't think that was gonna happen, but ZSMJ against 4 just goes to the high ground, Doppels to the low ground, into the river, and the hookshot doesn't connect. Like, it's just mind-boggling, honestly. But that's space created again. Back the other way. If they're not putting out enough pressure on the bottom lane, they have to rotate to stop them from pushing. And if they're not putting out enough pressure on the top lane, then dead Ember Spirit, mostly. kind of the story of this game is just a dead Ember Spirit. He's the spirit of a poet that has died again and again. He's going to turn into a gothic one pretty soon. But, yeah, generally speaking, HGT controlling this game very well. Blink Dagger up for the Centaur. Orchid soon for the Queen of Pain. And even Phantom Lancer just building up towards the drums. I mean, he's got so many stats to play around with right now. And the Ember, oh my gosh! Do you guys see this? Xinqiu's net worth is down at the bottom. He is second to last. 2,200 net worth value on the Ember Spirit. At 14 minutes. He has a GPM of 226. What has happened? 7 deaths, 32 last hits. Xinqiu has nothing. He is almost as low as the Witch Doctor 5 position. He is being outclassed by the Crystal Maiden as the safe lane farmer. Oh my. This aggro try has just paid off so heavily for HGT. I was not sure about leaving PL solo 1v1 against Clock because it was a bad matchup, but very clearly, the pressure they put out on top was well worth it. My goodness. Hookshot, not going to succeed. Kind of goes for a little bit too south, but no matter the case, I'm not sure if they want to try to commit into those kinds of engagements anyways. You have to worry about all the ultimates of HGT, and in fact, you have to worry about just HGT taking the fight to you instead. Cask will connect, will bounce as well. XCT stunned out 2 or 3 times, but they go for the Stampede, the Sonic Wave. Ember running for the hills, running for his life. Laguna will take down the Rubik. The Witch Doctor Death Ward doing work, but Air with the last scream will still get another kill and look to blink away. No Light Strike Array, but Westbrook! Oh man, a suicidal play, but it might set up more kills onto the Ember Spirit. They'll chase him down. I kind of want to look at top 2, but I feel for the poor Ember Spirit. They do kill off one more, bringing down the Lina, and Xinqiu narrowly escapes. Oh my. And TP's back home. So, moving on up. He's almost third to last here, up against his allied Sand King. Sayaka gonna find a blink pretty soon. If they can connect with hook shots, get that long of a death ward again, and go for blink initiation on the Sand King, I think that they're actually in a position where they can start bringing it back. But they have to realize this Ember Spirit is going to be absolutely worthless for the next 15 to 20 minutes at least. Like, he just has nothing. Absolutely nothing. We're seeing 4 staff on a Rubik, and not even 2 boots on an Ember Spirit. Like, that's how bad this game is for him. I don't know. The Orchid just came out. They'll blink in with the Orchid. Suddenly, Xinqiu's absolutely dead. They might get some good stuns. Nope, not even the Light Strike Array. The cast bounces once. Nice Laguna from a level 11 Queen of... Lina will bring down the Queen of Pain. But just... it's got to be demoralizing for the Ember Spirit to pretty much be a non-hero. The flying melee creep. We see the blink stun with the Stampede. XTT brings down Lina quick. And now they go on to Bingo. They know his name, but he's going down. DDR. Death Ward channeled, but stolen by Pretty Haw. He didn't cover it up with the Voodoo Restoration, so Rubik picks that one up, and now they have another great ultimate to teamfight with. And the Stampede and Sonic Wave cooling down pretty quick. Oh my. Tier 2 is going to be going down up top, that's for sure. And this is just ugly. This is just an ugly game of Dota 2. This is the dark side of 6.84. Is when you just have almost no hope. You have no rubber band, you have no comeback mechanics, and when you get stomped this hard, you feel broken inside. Oh, Man, the Yule Scepter comes out for the Lina, the Blink Dagger comes in for the Sand King. These are their tools of initiation. This is how they can find and try to isolate one single kill. So they'll go for the smoke. They still have that hookshot and blade mail on the clock. And it looks like Centaur might be a pick they could try to go for. He's all by himself. Any isolated target, doesn't matter who. If they can make the jump, they can find the kill. And it looks like they might actually have to change their target over to Pretty Haw, who's got that Death Ward still. They want to take that out of the fight. We're actually going to see a lift up onto Shinkyu. Will they actually catch him out? No. Pretty Haw will die before he can use the Death Ward. The cask will bounce once over. The epicenter, quite ineffectual. And Kaka now caught. Entangle versus Entangle. And Chimbingo will finish it off. Really nice hook shot, finishing off the CM. But Westbrook on the front line. There's a Sonic Wave. The Orchid, the Scream. TongFu.WZ falling fast. They've killed off 2 supports, but that's just it. Only the supports. Now the Blink Stun bringing down the Lina, and Shinkyu all on alone on his own. Can he get a kill? He actually will kill off the Centaur, but in the process fall once more. It's 4-9 is his KDA. Let's look at that fight recap. So Ember Spirit gets a net profit of 740 as he gets that 1 kill. And he gets an experience boost of 1,800 just as he participates. As he's in the AoE gold bounty, he suddenly jumps up from, I don't know, probably level 8. He gets 1,800 experience. I think he went from 8 to 10 there. And now he has phase boots. Now he has 1,000 gold. Now he has a hope or a prayer of trying to get back. He's not back in the game, but he's another one of those kind of fights to try to get himself back online in a real way. In the meantime, though, Queen of Pain's about to break 10k net worth. She's got 2,400. We'll see what she goes. At this point, Dagon seems viable. Like, just snowball the game as hard as you can. Like, it's just scary. But, of course, Aghanim Scepter snowballs pretty well, too. Hex, pretty much one of the best ways to do it. And I was looking at Rubik. It looks like he's going for Glimmer Cape, too. So, it looks like he might be the only one, as DDR has just no funds. No fun, no funds. 8,200 on ZSMJ's Phantom Lancer. The Diffusal already up. This is where the PL really starts getting dangerous, but they don't connect on the stun on YC. He goes for a juke, still gets caught out. Wow, double edge. Hurting quite a bit. And the Light Circ Ray stolen, which is a pretty good spell, even at level 1, but it's actually maxed out. Lina did not go that hard into Fiery Soul. We'll actually max up the LSA, and she's level 11, so it makes sense. Either way, though, the Rubik's pretty happy to have this spell.
Thank you.
And the Glimmer Cape is online. Sand King sandstorming the enemy jungle, just trying to build himself up. Not sure what for. Maybe some wards, maybe a magic wand, arcane boots, anything, really. It's a really tough game. Mostly for experience, I would say. Level 11 is actually going to help out quite a bit. He sees Queen of Pain, but she's too tanky. He would actually not be able to bring her down with his full combo. It's about 1,200 damage, and she just has just enough HP to survive. I would say 1,200 damage from somebody walking away from it. Somebody blinking away from it would actually only take about 1,100. And a BKB almost up for Kaka. Seriously? I was like, wow. Sand King tries to go for aggressive play, gets stunned out of Invis by Westbrook, and Queen of Pain actually takes the kill there. So suddenly 4,000 gold for her. Pretty much whatever she wants. She could go a right-click build at this point. And we do see Crystal Maiden getting picked off. She gets hit by the hook. They have this ward in place, and they do punish her positioned here on the Dire side. And Queen of Pain just goes for the BKB. The pretty simple way to make this work, as they look to kind of end the game within the next 10 minutes anyways. We see up top here, pressure coming out. Shinkyu getting caught. Just force staff again with the telekinesis. They have the Glimmer Cape to start it off in Viz. They force staff forward and get the stun. But now ZSMJ will eat a lot of damage and will be able to doppel away with the magic wand, just barely. Now we're going to see Rubik in a bad spot here, and force staff coming off cooldown, but doesn't mean he's escaping. Not without any mana. If he had the mana, Glimmer Cape, oh wow, they're just going to turn it around. They Stampede, they Sonic Wave, they get 2 kills, looking for a 3rd. Oh, DDR, poor soul. Will go down.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And the Rocket Flare will not kill ZSMJ. Rocket Flare being maxed out, but not on the mark. Now 15,000 gold lead. Over 12,000 experience lead. BKBs for both the Crystal Maiden soon and the Queen of Pain now. And the Phantom Lancer looking for his next pickup, which could be the Manta style as he picks up the Yasha now. So, HGT really just trying to replicate what they saw in terms of fortune for game 1. TongFu.WZ has slowed their roll a little bit. They've taken a few kills. It's not much, but it's a lot better than 5. We're actually going to see Bingo snipe the double damage. We're going to catch him in the cogs, but Blade Mail actually makes it so XTT has to disengage. But Sayaka misses his combo, is not able to bring down Centaur, and now is caught in the Sandstorm. Blink on in 5, but not soon enough. He gets an earn on Westbrook, that's something, but in the end, he's just here to get the AoE Golden Experience bounty, just taunting him. We see Phantom Lancer now closing in on Shinkyu, probably a quick disengage from him. Where are the Fire Remnants? Where are the Fire Remnants? No, he doesn't have any up. He loses his mana too quickly. He can't Remnant away. And now we hear the Stampede for reasons. DDR might get caught out. The Blink stun. Do they see him? Oh, the forced Blink attempt, but he will be just off the mark. So BKB is going to be finished here with this last tier 2 tower. Queen of Pain's, or sorry, the Crystal Maiden's going to be pretty happy about that. Able to channel her ultimate in full without the Glimmer Cape. And even if she gets hit by the Burrow Strikes and such. The only thing now is the hook shot that would interrupt that freezing field. And it's got a tremendous radius. Just, I mean, that circle is huge. And the damage potential is extreme. Just, they buffed that spell up so much. Freezing field is actually going to be, like, breaking the next fight, I believe. Crystal Maiden just stampedes in there. Pops the BKB, pops the freezing field, and everybody's dead. Like, you don't even need half these heroes to win a fight when you've got that BKB on CM this early on. Of course, at level 11 as well. That's important. 20,000 net worth. Nearly an experience. And probably a Hex next for the Queen of Pain. Would make sense. Nothing coming out for TongFu.WZ. They've got Drums of Endurance. They've got a couple Blinks. That's about it. 2,400 gold saved up for the Phantom Lancer. The Manta should be what they need to kind of break through the base. Just siege that up, no problem. And a Westbrook working towards his axe. So just talking strategy a little bit, talking about the pressure that they were able to put on the top lane. The big thing for that aggro try is the fact that Sand King can't farm during that time period. He would love to just stack, build up his Blink Dagger really quickly, and just get involved after he has that by farming via Sandstorm. But by putting that pressure out, they didn't get any stacks out. He didn't get to walk away from the lane. He had to max Burrow Strike for his scale build. Oh, nice Blink dodge. But yeah, Sayaka wasn't able to really get on his feet as quickly as he wanted. Shinkyu getting Orchided. They will get the lift instantly on the Sand King. He can't Burrow Strike in time. And Kaka with the BKB freezing field. Bingo caught in. They'll wipe them out. They'll Sonic. They'll Scream. They'll kill them all. Bingo gonna fall next. The Blade Mail shrugged off. The Laguna will put some damage into Westbrook. But he's got a Glimmer Cape and he shrugs it off. Oh man, buyback. This is the final. If he diebacks in next to his fountain, that would be the final insult to on top of injury. But it looks like Air will actually go down. He'll get his vengeance, but at a 60% reduced income. And GG's called. That was just his frustration, his mad back. That was his rage buyback. And they all get wiped out once again. HGT played an amazing game. They didn't have the strongest safe lane position with Phantom Lancer versus Clockwork, but it was manageable. He was able to bounce back. TongFu.WZ quite the opposite. HGG just kept on putting the pressure on. They got their blinks, they got their jumps, they got their kill potential. They were very in your face, as you would expect from a Centaur Queen of Pain draft. And even the Rubik did some good work. Got some good steals out there. So as a whole, TongFu.WZ, they just didn't have the defensive supports they needed. Sand King level 1, even with boots, has some trouble getting involved. And I was really surprised to see him even get the double Burrow Strikes that he did in the laning phase. So Sayaka played a pretty good game, but just strategically speaking, they didn't have good targets to go on, and they could not get the space they needed up on that top lane. It really went disastrous from there. So Hyperglory team wrap us up here today with a 2-0. Both of their games less than half an hour, and they take down TongFu.WZ pretty hard. So Hyperglory team really just putting on their game faces and showing us what they can accomplish. Really strong showing from them. And continuous showing of 6.84 that it can be indeed that early tempo. I'm still looking for the turtle drafts and the comeback drafts to come into play a little bit, but you have to ban the tempo. You have to make sure that you ban really well. Phase 1 we saw the Wisp Brewmaster ban. That didn't cut it. They have to ban even more. And the Queen of Pain is one that slipped through a little bit too easily, I think. Banning out this, I think, Storm Spirit, and yeah, ban out Queen of Pain Phase 2 at the least, if you're not going to ban her out Phase 1. that's my recommendation to HTT, take it or leave it, but that is also going to be the conclusion of the broadcast here today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the casting. If you guys did, look me up on twitter.com/blazecasting, and you can see where I'm casting next. I'm probably going to be covering a best of 3 on another channel here this afternoon. But for now, that's going to conclude us early broadcast conclusion here for iLeague China. We have like another 55 minutes on schedule, but these games wrapped up pretty quick. So Hyperglory team taking it away, and that's going to be the end for us. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Check out BeyondTheSummit.tv for other BTS content. Obviously, you're going to see Red Bull, LAN, and stuff like that coming up very soon. You can look up information on that website there. But until then, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you guys are enjoying 6.84, and we'll see you guys tomorrow, same time.